Okay, so I'm going to start with this flesh tone color, and it's literally called Flesh. This is from the Natasha Denona Star Palette, and I'm just going to blend this out right through my crease. And I'm just going to use a fluffy blender brush for this. I'm really just working that color in. This is going to help blend out all of the other colors that you're going to lay down. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade still from that Star Palette. And I'm also going to lay this down right through the crease just to deepen it up just a little bit more. And by doing it in soft layers like this, it's a lot easier to blend because you're going to have a smoother gradient. I'm using the Starlit palette, and this is by Marc Jacobs, and I'm just going to use this bright silver color. And I'm going to use a flat shader brush and just pack that onto the center of my lid. And I'm going to blend just a little bit into the inside and outer corner just so that it blends with the next color that I'm going to lay down. You can also wet your brush if you really want a strong pop here. I'm going to go in with kind of a red metallic finish shadow, and this one is Raw Power, and it's by Kat Von D. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush for this, and I'm going to blend that into the outer corner and the inner corner, and then just kind of smudge that in to where I had softened that silver line. And I'm using just small circles to help kind of blend that in. This is just going to add a little bit of richness and texture. You want your brightest concentrations of color right into the inner crease and the outer crease. And then I'm just going to go back in and kind of brighten up just the center of that silver to give it a really nice shiny pop. And then just blend that out a little bit. It ends up giving kind of a metallic finish. So I'm going to go back in with another fluffy brush. This one's a little denser, so it's going to lay down more color. And I'm going to use this color here. It's also in the Natasha Denona palette, and it's in the color Earth. It's kind of a deep neutral brown. And I'm going to go right over top of the red that we just laid down, just to deepen this up. That way it's more of a red-brown instead of just being so red. And I'm also going to do that through the crease line as well. So the inside corner, the outside corner, and then just through the crease just to further deepen that a little bit more. And just blend, blend, blend. That way you don't have any of the harsh lines there. And I keep the little Cetaphil gentle face wipes, and any kind of fallout that you have, just kind of clean that up. And then back in with that flesh tone, and I'm going to do that through the outside corner just to further soften and give a little bit of warmth to that outside corner. And I'm just using a really light touch here. The more pressure you apply, the more color is going to get laid down, and if you feel like you're struggling with that, then hold your brush a little bit further away from the tip of the brush, and that'll give you less pressure. And then I'm just taking a kind of angled pencil brush with that same dark brown shadow in Earth, and I'm just laying that along my lower lash line just to give a little bit of definition. And then I'll take a fluffy brush and just blend that into what I did through the outside corner. So just kind of brushing up and out. It's going to meld those two colors together. And then back in with the big fluffy brush with the earth color, or I'm sorry, with the flesh tone color, just to soften. And that is how you get that really smooth gradient. I'm going to use the Mr. Right Now eyeliner, and this is from the Balm Cosmetics. It's kind of a warm brown color, and I'm just going to tightline my eyes with this on the bottom And then I'm going to go back in with that same pencil brush or angled liner brush that I used on the lower lash line, and I'm just going to set that liner with that same dark brown shadow earth. And by just packing that over top of the eyeliner, you're going to get more longevity and you're not going to have your color smudges bad. So that's what I'm doing right here. Just tap, tap, tap all along the eyeliner that I already laid down. If you feel like your eyeliner tends to smudge, this is a good way to help lock it into place. And then I'm going to use the Schwing Black Eyeliner. It's a liquid liner, and this is also from the Balm Cosmetics. I've generally been liking most of their products. So I'm just going to do a straight line all the way out. And on the other side, I don't have to hold my eyelid, but on this one, it tends to wrinkle up a little bit, and then I'll have drag lines. So if that happens to you, just kind of pull it out with your finger. It helps smooth out that surface, and then go back through and just make that line a little bit more solid. And I'm getting as close to my lash line as I can. One of the worst things is to see kind of a gap between where your lash line is and your eyeliner is. So I like to go in and tight line as well. I'm going to use the liquid liner for that. If you choose to do that, just be really careful because if this gets in your eyes, it is going to burn. So I just do short little strokes and try to keep it just right in my lashes. But by going underneath, it makes it look a little bit fuller and a little bit more seamless. I want that to dry a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, and this is just going to go over my entire face. And I have been liking this brush to kind of smooth it in. I was using a beauty blender before, but I do like the finish that this gives. It's really soft, and I think this brush is just one of the crown brush ones. And this color is a little bit dark for me, so I have to blend it kind of down onto my neck and jawline. Otherwise, I have a very distinct line. And then I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the color Vanilla. And I'm just going to put this under my eyes in kind of a triangular shape, and that's going to help give a more lifted appearance. And then I realized I had not curled my lashes, so I'm going to give my lashes just a quick curl, and I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler for that. And I did this before I blended out my concealer just because sometimes the metal, if it sits on your face, it'll create a crease line in your foundation. And then this was also in the crown brush set. It's just a smaller little brush, and this is good for concealing. So I'm just going to go right underneath my eyes and just kind of smooth that out and down along my nose. I'm going to go in with the NARS. This is the Audacious Mascara, and I really like this. It's kind of lengthening and thickening, and since I did my liquid eyeliner, it helps to kind of define everything to start out with and gives a little bit more length because they're already coated with something. Just hit the lower lashes as well, and then I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to set the foundation and concealer that I just did. Just kind of pat that on. And there's Mr. Jensen. So this is my son. He is 5 months old, and he looks just like his dad. And I made a video to kind of introduce him to you guys because I forgot that I had filmed this spot. So just packing that on, that way I can go through with a powder, which is going to be Kevyn Aucoin contouring powder, and this is in the color medium. And I have a full video on contouring that you can check out if you have questions about it. This is just how I do mine. Through the cheekbones, through the nose, the forehead, a little bit on the chin and jawline as well. And then I'm going to use Orgasm Blush by NARS. So this is just going to go right above where I laid down my contour. This is kind of a peachy gold blush. And then Becca highlighter in Moonstone. Tops of the cheekbone, down the bridge of the nose, kind of through the brow bone. And then I'm also going to hit on my Cupid's bow, and that's just a really good trick to make your lips look a little bit fuller. And then I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in the color Stripped. And this is just kind of a good nude color. It's a little bit darker than my natural skin tone. It has kind of a dusty undertone to it, which I really like right now. And that's going to be it for the finished look. So just kind of a soft eye with that highlight in the center I think is so pretty and just gives a little bit of interest when you're looking down. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much.